23, 6'1" senior, Michael Burley. At center, number 25, 6'3" sophomore, Jason Bedell. At forward, 6' senior, Charles Carter. Also at forward, number 30, 6'1" senior, Jeffrey Starter. The Warriors are from Mr. Andy Newport.
Well, John, one big surprise, no Rob Lambert out there.
Yeah, I don't know what the story there is, Bob.
Now please rise for playing of the national anthem.
John, a big surprise. Rob Lambert coming off excellent back-to-back ball games, not starting this ball game. Any idea why?
Well, you know, we can always speculate. Possibly he missed practice yesterday. Maybe he was late for the game today. You know, I don't want to speculate because you don't know. Maybe he's a little sick or something, too. But I would dare say they're going to need him in there before the night's over in order to beat this club.
This Ranger team comes in here at 3-1, currently ranked 3 in Class C, a very solid Class C ball club. And should be a good matchup. Wells playing some good basketball, have won their last 2 ball games. And we'll have a backcourt to start the game.
Good call. He definitely had it in the front court, went back with it. I didn't know if they were going to see it right away or not.
Again, to name the starting lineups, we'll have Gurgley, who'll be at the point. Andy Morrow now with the ball, Desjardins and Bedell and Carter for the Warriors. Number 10 is Derek Scott. Morrow takes the ball up to the hoop, followed by Bedell. Bedell is fouled in the early action by Matizak. Matizak with the early foul, 6'4" senior. And John, this good-sized ball club, this Traip ball club, they've got 6'5", 6'4", and they pull a senior 6'5" off from the bench, so some good size.
Right, and Wells has gone up against 2 smaller teams recently, so this Traip club matches up pretty well with them. That's why I say I think Rod Lambert's going to have to log some minutes tonight if they're going to be successful here.
Jason Bedell's 2 free throws put the Warriors up on the top early, 2-0. Number 13, you'll see him with the ball. He'll do a bulk of the scoring for the Traip Rangers. That's Byron Spinney, only a sophomore. Point guard Derek Scott from the corner. And the first 2 points of the Corlett Traip, Byron Spinney. Desjardins with the ball up on top. It's Carter on the right side, looking low.
Wells has had a little trouble this year against a good man-to-man, too. We saw that at York early.
Wells' patience on offense. Coach Rick Wilson had an interesting remark about our broadcast. Asked him if he'd seen any, and he says, of course, I see them all. He says, we call this the Wells scouting system, scouting report.
I think a lot of coaches tune into us.
Partially blocked by Morrow. Bedell comes ready to loose ball. We're tied at 2 apiece. On the right wing, it's Morrow puts it up, and rebound pulled away by Byron Spinney. Spinney takes all the way to the hoop. Nice pass and foul. Joe Pimple. Joe Pimple, 6' senior, wearing number 15 with the basket.
I was pretty impressed with this Traip club, Bob, over at that Spalding Jamboree that we attended before the season started. Thought they did more than held their own against some pretty good-sized schools up there.
Some Class A schools, that's right. Bedell, no, loose ball pulled down and away by Lark, but Wells breaks the other way, 3-on-1. Carter gets Gurgley on the left wing, and rebound by Spinney. And Traip is going to turn it over as Wells with some pressure. And in the past, Traip been a team that really liked the press, and although they only lost one player, he certainly was one quality athlete in Scott Trefethen, and we'll have to see how and if Traip still looks to go to the press and how they handle the press. Gurgley misses, but Desjardins will follow. So good offensive rebound by Jeff Desjardins.
That's something Jeff hasn't done a lot of this year either. Is that good, strong offensive rebound. It's a good sign.
Derek Scott makes his move to the hoop. Rebound by Desjardins. Wells looking to push the ball up the court. That was something that last game. Really looked to push the ball up the court. Carter made a nice move to the hoop. Didn't finish it off, however. We're tied at 4 apiece with 5:08 remaining. First quarter of play. From the outside, set shot by Jamie Lark.
Jamie Lark.
Carter looks as though he's going to get that baseline. Temple overplaying him to the outside. Now he covers up a little better. There he is.
Nice pass.
Desjardins kicks it out nicely, and we're going to have a traveling call against Gurgley. So
Gerg's struggling a little bit. He didn't have a real great shooting night against Marshwood last time out, and he's starting slow here. They've got to have his shot on.
And where is most of the shooting? Right upstairs.
That's right. His he keyed that Marshwood game, a little streak he had in the third quarter.
Lark and Scott playing pass, and we're going to have a traveling call on Derek Scott. So a defensive effort so far with the Traip Rangers on top, 6-4. Leaving Morrow one-on-one, trying to isolate him against the man-to-man. Bedell, foul line, passes up the shot, looking for the inside layup. Carter blocked, and we're going to have up and down. And Chopper, I just think, just a little impatient there.
Oh, Traip's doing a good job.
Wells putting a good zone on also. Spinney in and out, but he had good pressure on him. And Gurgley with a loose ball. Nice hustle by Mike Gurgley. Gurgley pulls it back up. Gets Desjardins cutting to the hoop.
Nice
Nice strong left-handed move. Nice move by Desjardins. Jeff putting forth his best first quarter here. Best quarter of the season, I think.
And Wells doing a good job on the boards, too. They lost that one, but they were there.
And followed inside by Matt Matizik. Traip maintains a 2-point lead. Looking inside for Desjardins. He's been the key for Wells early. Wells showing patience, looking for the open man. Bedell cuts nicely. Nice shot by Bedell. Just didn't get it to flow, but there's Gurgley to follow. But nice move to the hoop by Bedell on that play, John.
He just can't seem to get it to drop yet, Bob, but that's something. He's just a sophomore. That's something that'll come.
Lost off the leg of Jamie Lark, but will maintain possession. Traip. And Bedell comes out. Rob Lambert in replacing him, but Jason Bedell should get a good hand. He goes out with a score 8-8 with 2:22 remaining, first quarter play. And Lambert with the loose ball. So Wells a lot better job on the inbound play. That inbound play killed them against Marshwood.
2 or 3 times they had easy hoops off of it.
We've had good defense in this game, but that's only the fourth foul of the game, and a relatively clean played game. Joe Fempel picks up the foul. It's actually a third foul, second team foul against Traip. Lambert takes it up to the hoop, and he's fouled. And we'll see who that foul will be called on. But as soon as Lambert comes in, he goes right straight to the hoop as he did the other day. And the foul, Matt Matizak, and that's his second foul early here.
Rob Lambert, Bob, is really starting to come into his own these last couple of games, and
I was just wondering, maybe he said something wrong after the last game there when he was playing the game or something, not get a start tonight. Guess we'll have to check that out.
I see Rick Wilson's counted here now with 6'5" Mike Johnson.
Mike got some beef, too, it looks. Mike's a pretty big guy. All right, rebound by Gergley, who takes it strong to the hoop.
Nice shot.
Nice job by Mike Gergley. Good, strong power move to the hoop. He made up his mind about 20 feet from the hoop that he was taking it. And Wells takes a 3-point lead. Derek Scott and Jeremy Locke. Wells putting some good pressure on the guards out front, John.
Yeah, they're forcing him into mistakes now. That zone's giving Traip a little trouble. We've talked about Traip's defense down here, but Wells is doing a pretty good job, too.
Tony York comes into the ball game. Tony comes in replacing Andy Morrill, and at the same time we have another substitution. Byron Spinney comes back into the ball game.
Nice move.
Lambert from the right side, doesn't get it to go, followed, and pulled away by Spinney, and knocked away by Gergley. And both teams hustling all over the floor. If this is any indication, John, we got a good one going here. Troy Locke now in the ball game, number 3. Both teams hustling all over the court.
That's Spinney.
There he is, 3-point land, rebound. Nicely inside Johnson, and I don't think Gergley realized he had the ball and came away with it. A good strong rebound by Mike Johnson, 6'5" senior. Traip staying in the man-to-man. Nothing there,
nice
looking low Lambert. Lambert triple team, gets it up to the hoop, and he was body just a little bit.
That one, didn't he?
But he maintained his composure, did a good job. Actually was able to put the ball on the floor against 3
I like
big
the fact
guys.
they're looking for him, too.
Locke, Locke gets the roll. 13-12, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and let it go, Mike, but just a little too late. Just a little
Seems like
too
I give
late.
him at least 1 for that, don't you think?
I would think so. All right, John, it looks like we got a good one brewing here. The score is 13-12, and up and down action, good defense, and everybody in the ball game, and really little to choose early in this one.
Right.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
The Ramsdell Agency Incorporated is located on Route 1 in Wells. Ramsdell's friendly and knowledgeable staff can service all of your residential, recreational, and commercial needs. However, the Ramsdell Agency doesn't just sell property, they also sell a personal service which helps assure you a smooth transaction from beginning to end. Looking for a specific piece of property? Why not stop in and let the experts at the Ramsdell Agency handle all of your real estate needs?
No matter what the season, York Sports has the finest and safest sports equipment on the market today. Choose from the large variety of brand name sporting goods, top-of-the-line footwear, and complete assortment of accessories and supplies. At York Sports, you can be assured that they'll take the time to ensure you the perfect fit. Located at the Meadowbrook Village in York, it's York Sports for all of your sporting good needs.
13-12 the score after one period. The Wells Warriors up on top by 1, and that's a real rarity for them because they've been behind early in most of their ball games. For the Warriors, out there now, it's Gergley, Desjardins, Tony York, Lambert, and Chop Carter, and ball taken away by Traip.
Traip's going back to a zone, Bob. which may have surprised Wells a little bit on that offensive series.
Probably not a bad idea the way Lambert was taking the ball to the hoop. Spinney kind of walks in, and I mean walks in. And Traip with a turnover. This is a young Traip team. 2 sophomores starting. Spinney and Lark. But I'll tell you, anytime you got a Rick Wilson coach team, you can guarantee they're going to play good, solid, fundamental basketball.
He's one of the best in Southern Maine as far as I'm concerned.
Is that, you didn't say that just because he watches the show?
No.
No, I've heard you say it many times.
Off the air.
Off the air, right.
No, he's year in and year out, puts a pretty decent team out on the court.
Made the tournament every year he's been there. Joe Fempel is replaced inside by Matt Matizik. York looks inside, Lambert, little roll, and the basket's good. And he's fouled. And Lambert really got that spin move. He's got such long arms that he can really get himself in that side angle there, and he can it makes it real nice to make a pass to him.
Well, he killed Marshwood.
He's got good hands.
I thought he hurt Marshwood more on garbage, offensive rebounds here or there, and they never put a body on him.
And Lambert completes a 3-point play, and Wells takes himself a 4-point lead.
And a little bit of pressure here. Be surprised if they can press this team, but I think it's worth a try.
Oh, backcourt.
There we go.
Well, see what happened is they play in Traip, and it's a much smaller court. And he would have, of course, he would have been over by about 6 feet.
Sure. We've been at the top of the key.
Wells with a 4-point lead and the ball. 6:50 remaining, second quarter of play. Carter pass up a shot, gets Lambert on the roll.
Nice
and Lambert
job.
puts another one in.
They're looking for Rob Lambert tonight, which they didn't do in the last game. In fact, I don't think they've done it this year. And it's paying off for him at this point.
Get the trap set up. Traip looks a little befuddled out there.
They're bringing the zone way out on him.
Ball nearly stolen. And you know from Gurgley from his last game, he can do that. Lambert with a block on Spinney. Wells looks to break. Not there, they set it up. Gurgley pops on the right side, around, no rebound, pulled down by Johnson. Look inside, that's something Traip hasn't been able to do really, get that ball inside at all.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is Wells running a little bit out there?
I know,
This is
well, I
something
saw
different,
that
huh?
in the last game against Marshall, we saw that, John, and they were quite successful with it. And which really surprised me with the seemingly lack of depth that they have, that they look to run, but look inside of Lambert, that was forced. Might have wanted to go up on top with it, if anything. Got away with a little walk there, I think.
Yeah, but he missed a shot,
He
so
missed
we're
it,
even.
yeah, that's right. 18-12 the score.
They've done
Tony
a
York
good
on the
job.
left side.
Good job of help defense that time, Bob. Cut Gurgley off.
Both teams a little cold. Neither team really getting in their offense right now.
Well, Spinney, I think I've only got him for 3 shots tonight. He may have taken 4, but
Troy Locke from up on top, and Locke gets a 2-pointer.
Troy Locke.
And substitutions. Jeff Desjardins comes out along with Chop Carter, and Morrill and Vidal come back in. So Wells, more and more as the season goes on, getting more players into the game, earlier in the game.
well, he's going to have these kids down the stretch. Someone like Jason Bedell is going to have that experience.
Lambert, strong move to the hoop.
Boy, this kid's looking awful good.
Spinney,
He may have changed his
intimidated.
shot.
Blocked by Bedell. And Gurgley the other way. All the way for 2. And if you're a Warrior fan, you got to like some of the things you're seeing out here. Some of the play of some of the kids that early in the year really weren't there, the Bedells and Desjardins coming on. Byron Spinney finally gets himself a nice screen and hits.
Only his second hoop, though. They're going to need to get him into the offense a little bit more. But that was a big hoop there. Stop that Wells run.
Wells up by 6, 22-16. Lambert being hounded. Gurgley from three-point land. Rebound by York, and we got a jump ball. So good hustle by Tony York. Substitution into the game. Eric Nelson comes in, replacing Lambert. Now Lambert may be a little under the weather.
I would guess that, based on that substitution, Bob, that would be my guess, because he's having a heck of a night so far.
I was going to tell you, man. And he is hurting a little bit, but I'll tell you, you could fool me with the way he was playing on the court. Shot good by Jamie Lark, and we're back to a 4-point ball game. Looks like Lambert it's tough to say. He was always stretching his Achilles out, but we won't speculate. Wells with a 4-point lead, 3:17. Good ball game. Jason Bedell left all alone. I was wondering when he was going to look for that shot. And rebound pulled away by Mike Johnson. And we got a substitution into the game. Number 14, that's Ronnie Lund, a 5'11 junior, looks inside. Nice play.
Shot.
And we got a 2-point ball game, 22-20, as Traip goes on a run.
What happened to that 8-point lead? I saw that coming.
Yep. Johnson can tie it up here, and he misses the shot, but it's fouled inside. Bedell with a block. That's Jason's second block of the night, and Nelson comes away with a block. And Wells looks to run.
Nice bounce pass.
Morrow looks inside, decides against it. It was a good move. Wells sets up with a 2-point lead, and they could use a hoop. Neely had the back door. Johnson, Bedell takes it up against Johnson. Rebound inside by York. York puts it back up, and followed by Johnson.
I think Traip will be, I just assume in their, for them, I would think they would want Jason to take that shot. That's a little bit out of his range.
3-pointer, Derek Scott, and Traip takes the lead. I guess if you're Wells, when you got one positive thing to think about, you know that you've got on your bench Rob Lambert. York takes it up to the hoop, and Traip comes away with it. Traip with the lead and the ball. And Traip coming on a little bit spinning, 3-point land. That would have been a big one. Scott with a follow, gets away with a travel, 3-second. And we got substitutions in the game. Chop Carter comes out replacing Tony York. And also Lambert's going to come back into the game, replacing Eric Nelson.
A well-rested Rob Lambert.
1:13 remaining in the first half of play. Traip with a 1-point lead, 23-22 in a low-scoring contest. Gurgley gives Gurgley the credit on that one. He just drew the defense out, and Lambert all alone. And I don't think Mike Johnson can stay with Lambert. Nice pass on the left wing. Scott puts it up, blocked by Lambert. And I'll tell you, if Lambert's sick, maybe he won't get his 30 tonight. Ball bounced off the foot of Ronnie Lund. Wells regains the lead. 43 seconds remaining, first half. Lob inside to Lambert, of course, and 2 more. That almost looks too easy, John.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think they've scouted that well if they let that play pass, because Wells has run that all season.
You can see that Traip really looks for spinning. There's no question about it.
Nice pass.
As well they should. Nice splash inside.
Rob Lambert's making a miss. Bad pass there, if they got away with it.
Lambert loses this one off the hands, but stolen back by Carter. And out of bounds. No, I could have swore that ball rolled out of bounds. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Oh, got away with travel.
Boy, would have liked to have gotten a shot there, I think. Coach Wilson's just shaking his head over there.
Well, John, how do they say it? It ain't been pretty, but it sure has been exciting. And a very quick first half, John. It seems like we've only been sitting here for about 16 minutes.
Well, as long as I get paid the same, it doesn't make...
I'm not exactly sure if I can read the score up there. I think it's 26-23. It looks like we have one light out.
That's it.
But anyway, the Warriors, after going up by 8 in the second quarter, found themselves actually trailing by 1, but brought Mr. Lambert back in and quickly are back up by 3. So for the Warriors, everything looking, I don't think all that bad. We'll have to see what they decide to do come the second half, what Coach Rick Wilson does to try to defend against Rob Lambert. But he's going to do something to slow that big guy down.
He's only been in there, what, 5 or 6 minutes. He's got 14 points. So if he keeps that up, there's no way Traip's going to stay in this gym.
All right, we'll be back with the second half of action right after this. The score, the Warriors on top, 26-23. On top, and we see starting the second half, we have Jeff Desjardins along with Rob Lambert, Andy Morrow, Chop Carter, and Mike Gurgley. And for the Traip Rangers, we have Jamie Lark along with Derek Scott, Byron Spinney, and we'll capture all the other numbers here. Joe Fempel's in there, along also with Matt Matizik, who has 2 fouls. Wells looks to go inside. Wells maintaining the possession of the ball with offensive board work. John Lambert, the big scorer for Wells in the first half.
14 of the 26. But during halftime, I went down and checked at the table, Bob. It seems Rob was late for the game tonight for some reason, and therefore Coach cut his playing time in the first half. Didn't cut it too much.
Certainly didn't cut his point production very much, that's for sure. He was able to still get, what was it, 14 points in a short period of time he was out there. 14 of the team's 26. Carter is guarding Byron Spinney, and Spinney, good move to the hoop at the inside positioning. And we're back to a 1-point ball game.
It's always a big hoop, that first one, if you're down 3 or 5, something like that, to get that first hoop of the half.
A little more coverage now on Lambert. Lambert has the ball stripped, but taken back by Carter. (26-25) the score. Wells High School Gymnasium. Wells Warriors against the Traip Rangers. Traip Rangers 3-1 on the season. The Warriors 2-3, looking to even it up at 3-3. Morrow from the right side and gets his own rebound, takes it back up and off the glass. Good. A good follow by Morrow. Wells back up by 3. Spinney being covered closely by Carter.
Now Wells has come out here man-to-man, Bob, which is a switch. I didn't think they played man-to-man that well against Marshwood, so maybe see something different here tonight.
Look inside. Nice job by Lambert. Get a hand on the ball. Wells comes back the other way. Stop and pop by Gurgley. Doesn't get it to flow. And Mataja quickly back down the court for Lark. Well, Traip makes Wells pay for the miss. Lambert up on top. Strong move to the hoop, and
a little bit of knee there.
Inside, loose ball away by Lark. Lark one-on-one out to the wing for Scott, who lost the handle. And the miss by Spinney. So the play a little ragged, perhaps thinking about Christmas, these guys. Play just a little ragged here. Very low-scoring contest. Gurgley takes a runner all the way to the hoop. I think with Gurg is he was really learning that baseline shot and learning taking the ball to the hoop and that with his forward position. Now being asked to go out on top. He's had a little bit of trouble with that shot out on top. Good move to the hoop that time by Spinney, and the ball lost out of bounds.
Careless error there.
And we're going to have a quick timeout as Gurgley broke a shoelace. I think Gurgley's going to be playing with a loose shoe on the right side. See if that has any effect. 1-point ball game again. On the foul line, no. Rebound by Spinney, who takes it right back up to the hoop. And Spinney puts Traip on top. So we've noticed Traip definitely is much more aware of Rob Lambert early going here.
Rob's going to go right by Mike Johnson if he keeps coming up on him until he gives up his dribble there. Be better off if he has the ball where he's got it now, just to sag right off into the middle.
Morrow off from Scott's leg, the call. Wells maintains possession, 3:55 remaining, third quarter of play. Trailing by 1. They could use a hoop here. Carter from the right side, rebound by Lambert, and Scott comes the other way for Traip. Spinney looks for the shot, covered nicely. Baseline, Lark with a hit. Traip with a 3-point lead. Three-pointer, Gurgley, in and out.
Not the shot you want, though, Bob. Would be nice if it dropped in, but you're down 3. I think they ought to go back to looking at Rob
looks
Lambert.
At 3 the other way, and he hit. And Wells needs a timeout.
Good time.
Traip take themselves a 6-point lead. 3:03 remaining in the third quarter of play. Traip Rangers on top, 36-30.
Whether you're remodeling your kitchen or building a brand new one, LaValle Lumber can help. We have it all from A to Z. Our new kitchen department features everything from the truly affordable to the fully customized kitchen of elegance. In kitchen cabinetry, the name Marilat steps forward to take the lead, a tradition for over 40 years. For affordable, customized quality cabinets, turn to Marilat, America's cabinet maker. Let our friendly staff assist you at our Wells and Springvale stores. Come see what's cooking from A to Z in our kitchen department at LaValle Lumber.
Oi! Here at Litchfield's, we'll build a meal to your specifications. Yep.
All right, the score from the Wells High School Gymnasium. The Traip Rangers have put on a nice run here. They are now on top by 6, 36-30, and they say the first 4 minutes of the third period are the most important minutes of a ball game. If that's so, then Traip would seem to be in a driver's seat right now. And we notice Gurgley comes out, Tony York in replacing him.
Let's not speculate on that. But yeah, I was going to say, Bob, I'm a little surprised. I thought Wells had the momentum going in there at halftime. The momentum and a 3-point lead. But right now, things have switched around.
You notice that Gurgley, the ball knocked away. Notice that Gurgley broke a shoelace.
Yeah, that was it. I thought possibly...
They got a foul on York. That'll send Spinney to the free throw line.
I don't think you'll see Mike Gurgley on the bench too long. About as long as it takes him to lace up that sneaker.
I was going to say, if I were somebody on the bench that wore the same size, I think I'd give him my pair. Coach Dufour would hate to lose a ball game because of a pair of shoelaces, I would think. It's pretty disappointing. Pressure by Traip now with Gurgley not in there. Somebody's going to have to take charge. 10-second line is going to go off, and we got a foul, reach in. And that was a savior for Wells. As
that was a tough call, too, I thought.
2:30 remaining, 37-30. Traip up on top. Wells needs a hoop.
Traip's in a 1-3-1 now.
Wells having some real trouble.
Ooh.
Morrow with a follow inside York and a big hoop.
Todd Morrow had Bedell cut to the basket that time, Bob. He
Sure
chose
did.
to take the jump shot, but Jason saved him.
Got to go with the good shot. Open shot, Spinney from the left side. Hit. Traip answers right back.
7 points for Byron Spinney this quarter.
Inside, Lambert takes it up to the hoop. He's fouling the basket's good. Back to a 5-point ball game. Lambert can cut it to 4. 1:49 remaining, third quarter of play. Lambert makes it a 4-point ball game.
He's got a nice touch from that foul line.
Shot caught and he only knocks away. Spinney takes it baseline, makes a beautiful move to the hoop, doesn't get it to go, and Wells comes away with a loose ball, breaking. 2-on-2. Got Morrow on the right side all alone, and he's blocked out of bounds. And that's one time that Andy might have just wanted to stop and take up that shot. He had nobody on him from about 15. Look inside Lambert, overthrown, a tough thing to do, and Scott's got a man breaking, locked, and he hit.
That was a nice pass.
Traip back up on top by 6. Very lively crowd here, not an exceptionally large crowd, but a very vocal crowd.
Got Bedell wide open. Don't see him.
Morrow takes it to the hoop from the right side, followed by Lambert. And Lambert falls again. And it goes. And give Rob Lambert all the credit on that one, John. He really made up his mind to go after that offensive rebound, and it really paid off. And a bad pass here, but it results nicely as Johnson, I don't know why he didn't take that ball right up the hoop himself, but I guess Lambert may have had a little bit to do with that.
Well, this Johnson kid's 6'5", isn't he?
Brown three-point land. Scott, rebound inside by Bedell. Wells can cut it to 2. Morrow from behind is stripped and not a bounds off Scott. So Wells, without Gurgley, with an opportunity to cut it back to 2 with 28 seconds remaining.
He went out, they were down 8 when he went out, weren't they?
I would, yes, so. Gotta look for the big guy, gotta look for the big guys. Morrow from the right side, he's fouled on the shot. And Gurgley will be coming back into the ball game, replacing Tony York. Tony York should get a good hand. He was in there when he brought the old green team, brought him back.
That's all you want from your bench personnel is either, maintain with, things where they are, or if possible, improve them a little bit. He certainly did that.
Morrow misses the first.
Asked last year's Celtics how important the bench is.
Well, that's playing pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Morrow hits 1 of 2, and it's a 3-point ball game. 21 seconds remaining. Third quarter of play. Wells, Warriors, and the Traip Rangers. Warriors with pressure. Spinney almost throws that one away. Nice save by Derek Scott. Underneath the hoop, all alone. And ball stolen away by Lambert.
I don't think he's going to throw it over Rob Lambert.
And Morrow throws it. And that's it. So Wells was up going into this third quarter. Found themselves trailing by as many as, I believe, 7 or 8 points, and have cut it back to a 3-point ball game. And going into the fourth quarter, the score 41-38. We undoubtedly have a great ball game coming up for you here.
I'm not going anywhere.
All right, you remain with us. We'll come back for the fourth quarter of play with the Warriors and the Traip Rangers.
Brown Service Center, located on Route 1 in Moody, is your full-service service station. From tune-ups to brake jobs and alignments to general repairs, Brown Service Center can help keep your car running its best. Texaco products have always been known for their reliable performance, and you can rest assured that at Brown Service Center, you're guaranteed fast, friendly, and dependable service. So stop in and let the professionals at Brown's Texaco handle all of your car's needs. Brown Service Center, Route 1 in Moody. The folks who know how to keep your car on the go.
The ocean, In the state of Maine, it has become a lasting symbol of the character of the state and its people, strong yet friendly. In York County, Ocean National Bank, like its namesake, has come to be known for its character and friendly spirit, as well as its ability to deliver professional banking services to the individuals and businesses of York County. Ocean National. There's really no need to bank anywhere else. Ocean National Bank, member FDIC.
All right, the Warriors with the ball, trailing by 3 to start the fourth quarter. I mentioned the Warriors trying to even their record at 3-3, and this would be a big game for them. This is a Traip team, a good Traip team. That's going to be worth a lot of points in Class C. Right now, currently ranked 3rd. Warriors looking low.
Here's that Coach Wilson is trying to pack it right in on Rob Lambert. I noticed they're helping out defense.
Twin Towers, Bedell and Lambert working down low. Get the zone set up. There you go. Lambert takes it up. He's fouled.
Rob got away with bringing it down that time. That doesn't happen too often.
Foul on Scott. And Warriors with only one team foul. Traip
That's
with
something
4.
to watch for, too.
Inside Lambert. Nice move to the hoop. Strong move. And he almost looks like he's getting stronger by the minute.
Yeah, I don't
every
think
game.
Traip can stop him. If they can get it low to him, I don't think Traip's going to be able to stop him.
Lamb, the left side, rebound by Gurgley. Gurgley doing a good job off the boards for a point guard, I'll tell you. Morrow takes it to the hoop. He's fouled. Foul on the reach-in by Scott. So Morrow, see if he's fouled before the shot. I think he probably was.
Yeah, 1-1.
But it'll be a 1-1 anyway. So Wells, Andy Morrow can put the Warriors in the lead. This would be real positive for the Warriors to get themselves back into this one early in the fourth quarter. They were trailing by quite a few there second quarter, or third quarter, excuse me. Morrow misses, followed by Lambert, and the ball goes all around.
A little pinball.
Into the ball game, that's Ronnie Lund, number 14. But watch Spinney, takes nice baseline move. And Carter comes with a loose ball. Traip had the rebound is there, though. You got Morrow playing a little bit more of the point now, it looks like. He nearly had it stolen. Oh, you're going to let the ball go. There's no way you can do that. Spinney comes away with a loose ball, and it's good.
That was just a mental error there, I think, Bob.
There's no way you can let the other guy touch the ball, right? If nothing, I mean, go after it, but the ball was knocked away. It wasn't really
I'm
live ball
sure
anyway.
Andy was thinking backcourt. Like I say, just a mental error.
Big turnover. Wells had a chance to tie it up. Look inside, thrown away. Morrow gets the loose ball. Got Bedell again
Nice
this time.
pass.
Nice pass inside.
All right.
The basket's good and he's fouled.
It's going to be good for Jason Bedell to hit
Much
that
better
shot,
pass
too.
that time.
Big hoop. Boy.
Bedell seems to be developing a little bit of a touch in there, too.
Well, it's going to take time, but he's doing the right thing. He's putting it back up, and he's keeping the ball up.
And Wells knots the score at 43 apiece. 6:10 remaining, fourth quarter of play. This Traip team just beat Yarmouth the other night. Yarmouth 5-1 in Class B. Ranked number 2. Good rotation. Gurgley does a good job getting a hand on the ball.
That's a bad pass.
Into the contest, Derek Scott comes in, replacing Byron Spinney, who gets a breather. Give him a rest for the final 4, I imagine. Scott on the inbounds. Traip looks for that three-pointer.
Oh, if it's it, he'll take it.
Mark, this time from the left side, throws it up. Missed by, and Morrow with the rebound. Wells with an opportunity to take a lead. It's been a long time. Want to get the ball in Lambert's hands. We're going to have a offensive foul inside, setting a pick. You don't see that call very often. Adele with the foul.
I think Jason's been watching too many NBA games, I guess.
I don't think Coach Dufour will mind that, though. I think he'd like to see his young sophomore get a little...
Not with 5:25, 43-43, though, Bob.
Only a second
Let him
team
say that
foul.
for practice.
Oh, and lost out of bounds.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Okay, again, the score is tied, 43 apiece.
You got to look for Lambert down there.
Got to be patient and find him. Running the overload. Oh, almost had Lambert that time. What they're going to do is make that pass, and they're not going to give it to the air, is cut it back in from the point, right, John?
Right. Nice
Gurgley
move.
moved to the hoop, left hand, a rebound by Lambert, puts it right back up, and no, doesn't get to go. Gurgley follows, looks for Lambert,
Nice pass.
and it's good.
Oh,
Give the
Mike
assist to
Gurgley, yeah, that was
nice move.
heck of a play.
And you can see him looking for it as soon as he went for that ball. He turned, and look, that's inside. Nice pass inside. Blocked by Lambert. And we're going to foul by Joe Femple. And,
well, I'll tell you, Rob Lambert, he scored one down here, went down the other end and blocked almost a sure two. Now he's going to the foul line.
And Traip wants a timeout. They see their lead evaporate, and the Warriors currently on the line, so I'm sure they're going to have to talk about getting Mr. Rob Lambert a little bit further away from out from the basket when he gets the rebounds. But, again, as Rick Wilson told me before the game, it's a lot easier to say that than to really go out and do it.
That's right. It's easy to see it from up here, but actually going down there and doing it, he's pretty aggressive. I got to admit, I'm impressed with him these last 3-4 ball games. I thought he didn't play well at all the first couple. He just didn't look like he came to play. He was in and out and inconsistent. And boy, these last few games, he's just taken charge of it. He's got a lot of his points against Marshall, as I said before, just from sheer aggressiveness. You know, a lot of big guys tend to just hang back and not be too aggressive, let the flow come to them. But boy, he's making things happen out there. He continues to play like this, you know, as we said, if we can get Mike Gurgley a little more into the offensive game here, this team is going to get tougher and tougher as the season progresses.
Especially when you see the play of a young Jason Bedell and Desjardins. He really came on strong
He's had
there,
spurts
really.
in the first half, sure.
Yeah, and he could be definitely come off the bench and do a good job. And say Tony York is more and more starting to come out and do some real positive things,
that's right.
realizing his role. So we got a long way still to go in this one, but things looking better as time goes on. Wells up by 3 now with 4:33 remaining. Certainly you can say things are looking better in Wells' season as they've gone, as they started losing their first 3.
Then you lose 3 games. I guess that's the ones to lose, right? The first 3. Win the rest.
Nice rotation of the ball. Spinney gets the ball. Passed up the shot, John. Lock.
Wells very conscious of Spinney
Traip
out there.
needs a hoop here.
Land,
Now
yeah.
Spinney from three-point land. Throws it up. No. Rebound. Tapped around. Scott comes away with it. Now a three-pointer from Locke. And Traip, are they cashing in early or what? Johnson to turn around. No. Rebound by who? Locke with a rebound. And Lambert will get the foul on this one. But Traip definitely having to work for their shots.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what Coach Wilson's saying to his players over there, but I think it's a little early for three-pointers myself.
Well, they say the three-point is the equalizer when you've got a big man getting 3 pointers down the other end, but
That's right.
you've got to get those sure hoops also. Mike Johnson going back down the other way. Look at this, John. Conceding the
Pretty much
rebound.
right.
Conceding the rebound. That's a little unusual. Okay, makes 1 of 2. 47-44. Some pressure by Traip. Tough pass. Ball stolen away. Lock ahead and good. 47-46. Lambert slows it down. Off the leg. Kick ball. Jamie Lark. 1 point ball game. 3:31 remaining. And we're going to have a foul.
They call a foul. I didn't see that.
I never saw that. They sent Mike Gurgley to the free throw line. I never saw it.
4 fouls, too.
And yes, you mentioned the point guard, Derek Scott, with his 4th foul.
Ooh.
Missed the front end. Bedell with the rebound. Comes
Jason.
right a loose ball. And Wells
Kept it
takes
alive.
it back out and sets it up. So give Bedell a big hand there. Carter from the right side puts it up. No. And Wells ball off from Byron Spinney.
Yeah, we're getting the breaks, but we'll take them, huh?
Wells, I'd like to see that ball get low. I wouldn't want to see anything but a one right down low from the big guy. Pressure is bothering Wells. Oh, that one thrown away by Gurgley.
Well, he didn't look before he passed, that's all.
Took it for granted. All right, Traip with an opportunity to take the lead. We assured you a good one. That's what we got brewing here. No doubt about it. Locke from the left side takes it in and out. And Traip guy dives for it, but it was off, and Gurgley's hurt. Gurgley's hurt.
I was going to say, Rob Lambert, I think, would have had another block there, but he was screened off.
Gurgley's looked like he's hurt pretty bad. And they need him. There's no question about it. Gurgley, the steal. And we're going to have a foul on Mike Gurgley. He knew it. That'll be the 4th foul against Wells. One more, and both teams will be in the bonus situation. Gurgley's really hobbling. Traip. Spinning in the inbound three-pointer. No. Rebound by Morrill. Big miss there. That could have put Traip up by 2. No shot by a layup. I could hear that up here. .225. Look inside Lambert.
A little bit of a delay here.
Whoa, and another one thrown away.
I don't think he...
Wells really having trouble.
It's one of those games no one wants to win this one.
I'm on the edge of my seat. I'll
I
tell
know,
you.
it's good.
2:15.
Keeping it exciting.
I don't know which team wants this one. Spinney. Nice travels. I don't know, John.
Why don't we just call it good and go home?
Call it a tie, right? 47-46. Could use a big hoop right here, John.
Yeah. Next hoop's going to be a big one for either team.
We're under 2 minutes. Wells with patience. Inside.
There it
Lambert
is.
Takes it up to the hoop.
Oh,
and
all
it's
right.
good. Nice move.
That's
by
where they
Rob
wanted
Lambert.
it. Good job that time.
Wells with a 3-point lead. 1:35 remaining. Traip needs a hoop. Scott, whoa, got away with it, and they have a Bedell with a defensive play. Now, the triangle. I asked Coach Dufour about that, and he said he hadn't brought it in yet. It hadn't been put in yet. He says when you're down 20, 30 points, when you get a chance to put it in. 108. Wells can be real patient. You just don't want to throw this away. Traip is going to have to foul him. Gurgley takes all the way home, and he loses it. And the ball's loose on the ground, and Bedell comes away with a loose ball. And no, no. That should have been a foul, if anything, and I don't... Oh.
Yeah,
Oh. He didn't move by himself, guys. He didn't move by himself. But, hey, let's keep it interesting. I spent him a three-pointer right off the gun. In and out. Rebound by Lambert, and he's fouled.
Spinney's missed, what, three-pointers in the last minute and a half.
He's not quite Scott Trefethen yet.
No, not yet. Maybe next year, but...
Traip number 20, Mike
And that's not to take anything away from Byron Spinney because he's an
just a
outstanding young
sophomore.
player, but he's only a
I
sophomore.
really question, going for the three-pointer that early. That one there was probably a good one, but...
Okay, big free throws right now, Lambert. 1 and 1. Gurgley saw the lane, but just lost the possession. And Lambert with the free throws. Lambert misses this one. That was not a well-thrown ball by Rob on that one. 4-point ball game, 44 seconds down. Wells stop him here, and they should be in good shape. Three-pointer, Scott. Rebound by Johnson. We're going to have a foul inside by Lambert. And we still got a ball game. Hang on. At the free throw line, shooting Mike Johnson, 6'5" senior. Shooting two.
Would have been real big if he'd have put that hoop in and
50 to 46 to score. Johnson a little short.
Well, they fouled the right man.
Traip needs this one here, I would think. And they get it. It's a three-point ball game. We still got a game. Wells has to get inbound. They've had some trouble. Foul on the arm, and that's what Traip will go for. In this situation, sending Chop Carter to the free throw line, shooting 1 and 1. May come down the free throws at this time. We got 34 seconds, lots of time.
I don't know. Would you have fouled that early?
Would I foul that
I might
early?
have tried to press until I got it over.
Well, I don't know if it's an intentional foul or not. Big free throws. Carter, the front end. Well, I tell you, you grow up real quick at this time in the ball game, don't you? In these free throws, you mature real quick.
We got the crowd helping him out down here too.
Carter misses this one, and Johnson comes away with a loose ball. We got a 4-point ball game, 32 seconds remaining. Three-pointer, spinning, has blocked by Gurgley. And Carter, that could actually be an intentional foul. That was kind of a grab from behind almost, but Chopper make one here, make a couple, and he can pretty much take it home. And Traip going to take a timeout. Coach Rick Wilson, 23 seconds remaining. Good timeout for Coach Wilson. And let Mr. Carter think a little bit about his shot. But good ball game, John.
Yeah, I assume we get through the next 23 seconds. Pretty good win for these guys. They've got some momentum going for them. They're doing some things well out there. I think they're doing things better every night.
And like you said, I think the big thing is I still don't think they've played anywhere near their potential as where they can play as a team.
Right. Well, we haven't seen the best of Mike Gurgley yet, for one thing. And Andy Morrill has been real shaky in spots. He's going to get more comfortable out there handling the pressure better. Jason Bedell off the bench. You mentioned Tony York off the bench.
The long season. This is a team that I would think the Christmas tournament would definitely help.
No pressure and kind of a nice little practice there during the vacation. So let's get through these next 23 seconds, all right?
At the free throw line, Chop Carter. Wells has one game remaining before Christmas with Wyndham. And Wyndham, a good ball club, pretty much like everybody else, I think.
Yeah, pretty even.
Yep. Carter with a miss. And Locke with the rebound. 21 seconds. Scott from outside. Man falls down inside. Carter, he's hurt. Goes up to the hoop. And rebound. Good bounce for Wells. And Gurgley fouled. And what hustle by Jamie Locke. And Jamie, only a sophomore, but I mean, he just threw his body. And that pretty much, I think, should do it for Wells right there. But nervous moments as Wells had a couple of players that fell down, and they had two men all alone underneath the hoop. Traip, and just a good bounce saved Wells, actually.
I'm really surprised Traip's going for these three-pointers. You know.
Jamie Locke shoots from three-point land. No, and fouled in the rebounding. Should have been a...
Where'd he come from? He looked like a shot out of a cannon.
4 seconds remaining. Just get the ball in bounds, guy. There you go. Just stay there. Don't even move, and that's a ball game.
All right, good win.
And good victory for Wells. It really is. Good victory for Wells, considering Rob Lambert only played 3 quarters.
That's true. And I'll remind you about my prediction earlier that we didn't.
You said an 8-point ball game, didn't
public.
you?
I said Wells by 8.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm right on the money these last few, you know.
Well, maybe you can even predict who our player of the game is going to be.
Let's work on that right now. I know we're going to have to explain that player of the game here pretty quick because
this may be a good night later on. We may do that. All right, folks, please stay with us. We'll be back with tonight's Congdon player of the game and our post-game show right after this.
For the best protection in a tough game, nothing tops the Cooperall girdle, except this. Introducing the new Upper Body Protector. The next step in the Cooperall system. Lightweight and comfortable, it stays with you on impact. Flexing and protecting like a second skin. Get the Cooperall Upper Body Protector, part of the Cooperall system, because when you get hit in the game of hockey, you get hit hard.
Steer your way into Hutchins Chevrolet and reward yourself with a brand new car today. Check out the large selection of new and used trucks, cars, and vans. Cruise the coast in a sleek new Corsica LT or enjoy the luxury and comfort of a new Caprice Classic. No matter what your vehicle needs, you can count on Tom, Chuck, Lee, or Dave to give you the best possible deal. For the best in service and the best prices in the area, it's Hutchins Chevrolet, Route 1 in Agunquit, quietly doing business for over 148 years.
All right, we want to welcome you back to the Wells High School Gymnasium with our Congdon player of the game for this game, Jason Bedell, sophomore. Geez, I'm not so sure that Jason's fan club isn't louder than Rob Lambert's.
Might be a little louder.
I think so. Jason, first of all, congratulations. That's a great win for you guys over Traip. Big turnaround from going 0-3, now being 3-3. Certainly, you got to raise the confidence of this whole team.
Yeah, we feel real good about the win, and we feel that if we get the momentum going, we can keep it going.
All right, and another thing I wanted to ask you about was the physical part of the game. Noticed from a year ago playing that you seem to have gotten a lot more physical. Is that something that the coaches asked you about? And if so, I happen to notice you got called for a little rough pick or something down there. Did you agree with that, or what?
Well, after I thought about it, I guess it kind of was a foul, but yeah, coach said to get a little bit more physical because we weren't being physical enough on the board, so we just tried to muscle them out.
Well, you've certainly done a good job in there, John.
Jason, I thought maybe you'd been watching Oakley a little bit on TV and trying to pattern your game after this. On your game, personally, you look to me like you're getting a little more comfortable out there with each ball game. Offense is starting to come a little bit. You're doing everything right except for putting it in, basically. And even tonight you dropped a couple in there. Are you feeling more comfortable out there?
Yes, we're feeling more comfortable with the offenses that are running, but sometimes we just have to slow it down instead of fast-paced all the time.
Now, how about this club coming up, Wyndham? I know you're not supposed to look ahead at all, but do you know anything about them?
Nothing at all. I just know that we're going to try our best.
Go out there and play your game and see what happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did a fine job tonight.
Thank you.
All right, and that seems to be the thing of the year. That's what Rob Lambert sounded just like to say. Well, we're just going to do our best, one at a time. And I guess that's the right attitude to have. But again, on your confidence as a team, it's certainly going to be a lot nicer. When did you start to feel as a team? You must have really had some self-doubts after those first 3 losses. Did that Kennebunk game, and you went down early, and yet you hung tough at the end, and actually the first quarter that took you out of it, was that the game when you started to feel it as a team?
Yeah, I thought that we came together after that as a team to play ball. We just started playing, I guess.
Yeah. But John and I both remarked throughout the game that we still think that this team has a ways to go, and I would think that you probably feel that you still got a ways to progress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. We have a lot more work.
All right. Again, congratulations and good luck in your final game before the Christmas break.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for joining us. All right. Jason said he was a little nervous for a sophomore. I have a real hard time.
One question.
I know it. I know it.
Fine to select that last one.
You know the biggest thing though is I have a hard time looking at that kid as a sophomore.
He's gonna be a fine player because he's coming. He's a project, and I think he's ahead of schedule. You know, like I say, it's just a matter of him getting a little more touch underneath there. He's aggressive on the boards, had a couple of blocks tonight, which we didn't mention to him, but I think they had him down for 12 rebounds, which is pretty darn good for a sophomore, so he's coming.
He's got a lot of natural ability, real quick, good hands, and a lot of the things that all you have to do is actually just work on and work and work. A lot of things that you can't teach somebody.
Well, he keeps it up. He doesn't bring the ball down. He takes it right back to the hoop. There's no hesitation, so I think it's just a matter of time with him.
And he's complimenting Rob Lambert.
Rob Lambert's a story in itself. Let's explain this player of the game first of all. Rob Lambert had a whole bushel basket full of points tonight, a ton of rebounds, a couple of blocks himself.
What's the difference?
Definitely, there's no question about that. What we try to do, player of the game, is get a player that maybe plays a little above what we would expect. You know, we're starting to expect that out of Rob Lambert, 20, 25 points a game, and we want to spread it around a little bit. So maybe game in and game out, you know, you might look at the player of the game and say, why did they pick this player or that player? I felt tonight Jason Bedell played over his head, you know, more than we would expect, and that's why he's player of the game. We just gave the player of the game to Rob Lambert the last game. So, you know, if some of your fans are wondering about that, that's the reason. So.
I'm glad you explained that, because we do get hit on that. There's no question about it.
I get a few comments around town. People drag me in here or there and ask me about it, but it makes sense if you think about it. We're here to recognize, you know, some players that play above their capabilities, and that's what we got tonight from Jason.
And isn't that what the team game is all about, too? I mean, that's what you try to instill in the kids. I don't care what level you're coaching or anything else, that, you know, every kid out there on the court, you know, he may not score the most points, or he may not make the most assists or whatever, but if he contributes and does whatever he does, okay, to the best of his ability, then he's contributed as a team player, and your team's going to be better off because of it.
That's exactly right. If you're not here for that reason, you shouldn't be here. Broadcasting, coaching, whatever.
Okay, now back to the game, the Wells and Traip. Boy, this team, I got to admit, after the York game earlier this year, and at Gorham, it's tough to say, you know, but you started to wonder where this team is going after that. They certainly seem to have found their leaders. They've started to pick it up, and I guess the most positive thing is they really, I don't think they've played 4 solid quarters. No. And that's another thing I think is probably positive, is the fact that this is the second game in a row that they've gone behind come the third quarter and fourth quarter and come back to win. That's a real positive thing for a team.
They don't fold up, and you know, I think maybe those 3 losses at the beginning of the season could work to their advantage. You know, I don't think this is a powerhouse team. I do think they've got some talent, and they're not playing up to their potential yet. And you know, as we said, we go into Christmas 5-3, I guess it is 4-3.
4-3, yeah.
We've got, I believe it's Old Orchard and Freiburg right after Christmas. You know, you don't like to look ahead, but there's a potential couple of wins right there. We're talking 6-3, and then, you know, who knows? Yeah. So, you know, they can just keep it going. But they were heading in the right direction anyway. I guess that's the bottom line.
I'd rather be 3-3 and won my last 3.
Exactly.
All right, upcoming for us, it's a doubleheader. This is actually part of a doubleheader here. The Wells teams, boys and girls, both defeated the Traip teams, and both good wins for them because over good Class C, solid Class C teams. Now York's got Greeley coming up, and a couple of big ball games for both of those teams.
Yeah, York's, you know, they're young. They're a little inconsistent. They went over to Marshwood and got blown out early, but then, you know, I saw them against Kennebunk a couple days later, and they, even though they lost, they played a great game. So that's a big ball game for York, I think, going into the Christmas break, same way that this was a big one for Wells. I think they could use a win going into Christmas and then see what happens in the new year.
All right, I want to explain one thing, that game is being played on Thursday night, this coming Thursday. However, because of Christmas and being a Sunday as it is, and our programming normally going on Sunday evening, and we do have a hockey game from York that has to go on Thursday night, what I've decided to do is to show that game as a doubleheader next Wednesday, where there would be nothing going on anyway. So, folks, the York Greeley, you will see a doubleheader coming, I believe it's the 28th, with the York Greeley doubleheader. And again, for Wells, they go to 3-3 with a chance of going at 4-3 before the Christmas break, and that's a real positive thing. And York, hopefully, they'll come out with a win against Greeley, and they'll be at 4-2 and in good shape going into Christmas. And all of our teams looking pretty good, and us looking for to go to take a trip to Augusta.
York by 10.
All right, you heard it here first, boys and girls. I think he's talking about. All right, once again, the final score here: the Wells Warriors come out on top of the Traip Rangers by 4. For John Patton, my partner, I'm Bob Gould. We thank you very much for tuning in, and have a good evening.
Augusta, mostly cloudy and 37. Elsewhere around the Northeast, mostly cloudy skies over New Hampshire and Vermont. Concord, 40 degrees, Burlington, 30, and Montpelier, 30. Cloudy skies over southern New England. Boston, a temperature of 44. Worcester, 36. Providence, 44, and Hartford, 39. New York City, mostly cloudy skies and a temperature of 45. Moving back to Maine again, Portland, cloudy and 42 degrees. Bangor, cloudy and 40 at 9 p.m.